Hey, what's up, guys? Joker here. We're at Point and Walker, late January. It's kind of like a little lull and stuff like that. So I thought about going over a video I've been toying with for some time, and that's making a lot of gil. You know, when I was starting out, I was in this point where it's like, man, how do you make gil? How do people make gil? You'd see videos where like people have 200 million gil and 100 million gil of these crazy houses and stuff like that. And I was like, well, how do you do that? Well, I'm sitting at 21 mil right now, and it's not from me really trying that hard. It's from just playing the game. And I thought about going over some ways to get some gil. So right now I'm in the game right now, and I'm sitting here, and you go over here and you see your retainers. So these retainers are like basically thought of as banks and stuff like that. You unlock them in like a level 15 quest that's in all the major cities and stuff like that, and you get two to start. You can buy more with real money. I only have two, and you see over there the venture on the far right. That's you send them out and you pay them with these different ventures that are right there. That's another little consumable that you can get pretty easily. You just send them out, and they come back and they'll bring you something every once in a while. So like right now, they both came back, and these are the two things they brought. So it's not like a lot of gil there, but like especially in the beginning, they were bringing me a ton of stuff, and I was just spamming it. Now you can send them out on these hunting ones. These take an hour. They bring you back good stuff. They even show you the quantities they'll bring back. Especially early in the expansion, that hide was really good, and then also this toad hide was really good, and I just spam them out and they would come back. Each one of these would come back in 1,000. So they're not as good anymore, and that's why I just kind of use fuel expeditions. These are 18 hours. They'll come back and bring you something. These will kind of give you a chance at something better. As an example, there's this like reindeer minion. I got that 3 times. So I used it one time because I thought, okay, it's just a minion. But since I had already used it before, I checked the sell price, and the first time I sold it, it was 1.6 mil. The second time it was like 700,000. So like obviously dropped off a bit. But every once in a while you can get something that is really worth more than just, the standard below 1,000. But usually you'll get something that's like, below 1,000 usually. That's one way. Another way in how you get these ventures is, you probably wonder, what do I do with these seals? This is how you like use them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go back to the Aether Plaza, and this is in Ul'dah. But every city state has the same thing where it's like you're going to this flame hall, order the Twin Adder hall or Maelstrom hall. It's just I'm with the flames, so this is where it is. So basically what you do is you keep moving up your rank, and that rank over here, so right now I'm flame captain, that expands your seal limit. It's just a good thing to do. It's not really that hard to do, and that lets you unlock this place. And so you go over here and you see venture, boom. So that's what you can use your seals for, and you get that with your leveling. You get it from a bunch of other places too. It's really not that big of a deal thing to do. Also, another thing you can use your little tickets for is to buy glamours. I can't find it right now, but they're here in here. Oh yeah, glamour prisms. You can buy a ton of these, and they sell for a pretty decent price. I saw online you can probably like cap at 99 and sell it for like 60,000. It's not that bad. But yeah, it's just if you're capping on your seals, you might as well use it. I use it to get ventures. I might get glamour prisms every once in a while, but yeah, it's just generally something that's not really that big of a deal. And then also another way to sell and to make a ton of money is being a crafter or gatherer. For me, I think honestly gathering is the best thing to do. So like when I was playing a botanist, and this is something you can do pretty early on as a botanist, I would go out and gather, I'd go out and gather, I'd look at my log, and I would find things early on that you could just sell for a ton. That could be just people lazy in their leveling a botanist, that could be people just needing it, but especially when you get up here, people are trying to craft, like high-end stuff. This stuff has got definitely where you make the money is a gatherer, either a botanist or a miner or something like that. You know, fishing is, I don't think you really make money off that, but it's something, you know. Also being a crafter, like you're being a weaver and stuff like that, that's also where you're gonna make money, and you'll make a ton of money. Now there's another thing. So in Eureka you get these logograms, like what I was saying. So that in Eureka you get these logograms. These are things you can sell. Now in Eureka you also get a bunch of other things, but some of these logograms are worth something. So you see, it's at 15,000. Now I did Eureka like earlier this month. The price was way lower. I'll be honest. I was buying a lot of them. It was way lower. You see, protective 29,000. Like, I sold some of mine because I might need more. I made like 100,000 very easily. In these logograms, they drop later in Eureka. You have to get to like, I think the 3rd zone in Eureka in order to start getting the logo drops. But these, I mean, just like look at it. It's like you're printing money, and these drop very easily. You have to get these logograms. They drop very easily. If people play Baja, I think it's way easier. Baja also has like the same type of thing, you know, with those lost arts and stuff like that. Those also sell very well, and those drop very easily. Now, that's a mode you can go and do. Is it recommended? I don't really know. It just depends on how bad you want the money. There are amounts that, you know, cost a ton of money. There's one that goes for 20 mil. But that is a way to make a lot of money, and you're still leveling in Eureka if you want to get your relic, and you're still leveling in Baja if you want to get your blade relic. So I mean, you're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But yeah, that price will fluctuate. It's high now because I did see a lot of people going into Eureka. Baja, I think, stays in like a 1 to 8,000 range usually. That was the last time I checked. It probably has fluctuated higher too. But yeah, it's generally, if you're going for the relic, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But if you really want to make money, those other ways are better. And another way that's good to make money is just doing your roulettes. Like, you see how you get money. I mean, do it with the bonus. Don't just like spam it. I mean, that's definitely not worth it. But you see, you get the bonus money, you get your XP and stuff like that. And honestly, most of the money has come from me spamming roulettes. I mean, if I gotta be honest, I mean, I can't really tell, but I do move up a mil within a week. I gotta say, from just doing roulettes, you go get a lot of money, and it also helps. It's like, hey, I want to level up all my characters, and not to 80, then 90. I have to do it anyway. Doing roulettes is a very, you know, it's a multi-efficient way of making a ton of money. Now, another way to make money, and this is what I used to also do, was, you know how your Allegan Tombstone Poetics, well, they're capped all the time usually. I mean, mostly, especially if you're doing roulettes, they're capped all the time. Well, I used to go to Littishire. Yeah, so this is what you do. So you come in here, you go to Littishire, and like, man, I'm capped out on my, I mean, you see, look at all these people here. You're capped out. You go down to Special Arms. You get these unidentifiable shells, or I think it's unidentifiable. It's right here. Anyway, so yeah, it's unidentifiable ore. Pick which one is higher on your server, and you can just go to the market board and check it out. For me, usually on my server, it's Shroud Topsoil, so I get shells all the time. Right now, though, the soil market kind of crashed, so I'm just hoarding them and waiting for it to go above 1,000. It's kind of like oil. They kind of wait for it to go up before they pump more. I mean, not necessarily now, but I mean, that's just... I'm trying to wait for it, because right now it's hovering in the 700s. I used to get consistently 1,600, and like, dude, you cap out very easily. I get like 6... I'd probably be making a crap load off that each week too. That's just another like kind of little passive income way of just making money. And it was very easy, but now it's in a downtrodden. Like, also, please, let me go full screen. When you're selling things and you have a lot of things to sell, so you know those logograms, I had like 10 I wanted to sell. Don't do a 10 stack, don't do a 20 stack, don't do a 40, don't do 50, 99. Please split it up. And if it's something like glamour prisms, 99 might fly, because sometimes people need 99. But you know, if it's something that's high cost, you know, if you say you have 99 logograms, split that up into 10 stacks, because 99 logograms, from what you just saw, 10,000, 15,000, well over 1 million. Nobody wants to see the big million number and pay that. They'll be like, oh, I need logograms. And they'll take these 10 stacks. It's the same thing with the retainers. When I was getting, 25 skins, I would move those down into 5 stacks, 10 stacks, make it lower so that it sells. Because you see this all the time on the market board. People are selling the same things as you. They're putting it at the same price as you. Their stuff is selling. They lower the price because they keep thinking, oh, it's the price. No, it's the stack, dude. Take like a minute and just split it into lower stacks. I promise you, your stuff will sell. If it is, especially if it is the lowest price, and that's what you do. Also, this is what you do. You sell. Just go under 1, go under 5 gil of the highest, of the lowest thing. It will sell instantly. Another good thing is materia. I know a lot of people won't recommend materia because it'll be useful. I really don't use materia. I honestly don't use materia besides just my paladin or my tanks, just because they have the same gear. I keep some of them just because I tell myself, okay, I might need it. So you see how this was like, this is a 10, so it's the best one. It's 36. This is a crap load. Now the 9s. The 9s are worse than 8s, and I have a ton of 8s. So what I do every time when I go in my roulette, I do expert, and I get 9s. I just sell them. You make a bank. You don't make a ton of money, but you make like 6,000 on some of the good ones. The worst ones, you make like 1,000 off them, but you're making money off it. And it's material you don't need. It's just gonna be sitting in your inventory. If it's also a good way to clear out inventory. Also, something that you want to do, don't discard stuff. Just sell it. If you can't sell it, then discard it. I'm talking about like, crap gear, like say, like this 41. Now, what you can do with these 41s or any gear, honestly, is not all of them, but some of these gears can be exchanged at that the Flame Hall, for example, or your Maelstrom or your Twin Adder Hall. You can go there, exchange it for seals, and then get Glamour Prisms, get Ventures, whatever you want. And it's just talking to that second guy, not the vendor. And you just go over to the tab, and boom, you can just pick your poison. If you want money, sell them. If you want seals, trade them in. If you can't sell it, check if you can just trade it in. But if sometimes some gear you can't do either, so you just have to discard it. But that's only gear that's like old and you're not gonna need. Not gear that is, don't trade in like really high end gear, and then don't buy gear just for that purpose. That's honestly just stupid. Like I don't think you can do that with tombstone gear. I have not tried it, but old poetic tombstone gear, I'd rather buy shells and just sell it. Or if you need other gear, the capping of the tombstones is honestly the best purpose is either getting soil or I think glamour prisms you can also get using them, but mostly people do it for their Heaven Sword relic because you need a lot of materials and you use tombstones in order to get that. But yeah, so this was just a video really quick going over some ways I make money, and you can see 21 mil, that's not that much, but some people really struggle and are actually below 10 million, which honestly is that's really low. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave it there. Please like and subscribe, really helps out the channel. But yeah, leave a comment if you guys have any more helpful tips in making a ton of gil. See you in the next one. Bye.